What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I want to share with you guys 10 interesting knives and other items that I've found on DLT trading. So for anybody who doesn't know, I do this in my free time. I've been doing it for 5 years. I go through different retailer sites and I find interesting things that are, just for fun, or things that I'm actually interested in buying. And at some point I got the idea I should record this because some people are going to find this really helpful. For a lot of you, this is just going to be sit back and watch type of entertainment, but for some of you, you might actually find something that you like. I've got an affiliate program set up with DLT Trading. What does that mean? It means that I'll be linking the items that I'll be highlighting in this episode down below, and if you pick something up, it benefits my channel. So I would appreciate that, but this isn't going to be for everybody, and a lot of the things on this list are very expensive. DLT Trading has a lot of US-made products, and with that USA manufacturing, and in some cases some mid-tech, some handwork, comes a pretty premium price, or that comes with it. So bear in mind, there is going to be some more expensive items here, but I know that people in the past have enjoyed this, so I'm going to do it. If you don't want to sit through the entire episode and you just want to browse for yourself, I'll link DLT Trading right at the top of the description so that you can go and do that. That way you don't have to sit through an entire episode if you don't want to. Thank you to all of my generous patrons who are supporting me right now. Your support absolutely means the world to me. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's down in the description. And please follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Rather than doing the whole screenshot thing and clunky and going through that piece by piece, I want to be able to highlight some of this stuff. So I'm actually just going to, I've got a list beside me, and I'm just going to be searching out the items that I found and showing them to you guys. So the very first thing that I found that I think somebody might be interested in is this blackout dress Marauder from Medford. This is in 3V, even though it lists on there on the image as D2. No, or actually, no. Does it say DLT? Yeah, it does. So it says DLT on it. I honestly did not catch that, but you can see down here, it does list as 3V. This is the smaller dress Marauder. This is a nice little size, which is not common for Medford, but the whole thing is PVD. That's really cool. Like I said, these are expensive, but I know the dress Marauder is popular. Here's what I like here. I like that they have little accents, satin finished hardware, things like that. The pocket clip is satin. This is a nice sized little knife, and while it looks really thick, it really isn't. I can't stress that enough. This is a small knife coming in at 5.7 inches overall. It does not weigh very much. If you've been looking for something little and dressy like this that has that Medford appeal, then there you go. The next one up is the ProTech Strider SNG. I found a nice one here. They've got a few, like there's blue in it, but the one that I found that I thought looked really nice is the gray G10 and black aluminum. That's a nice looking ProTech Strider. These are extremely recommendable, and I always have people tell me, where can I find these things? Where can I find them? They're available. They're not in huge quantities, and they're just kind of speckled here and there across different retailers right now. These things are always in demand, and then when they're gone for a while, and then they come back and they pop in. So I'm hoping, I know that none of these knives that I'm showing right now they're probably not in massive quantities. So if there's something that you want, I'm not trying to be like, buy it now, but seriously, if you are already looking for something like this, that's who this is for. This content. It's not to just force random people to buy stuff that they didn't really want. It's for people who are actually seeking this stuff out and didn't know that it was available. I like finding these weird little variants that, that exist that somebody might have wanted to know about. So the SNG, USA-made ProTech Strider, that is $259, gray G10 and black aluminum. That will undoubtedly save you some weight. I wonder if did they list the weight? I'm not seeing weight, but in any case, it'll be substantially less heavy than the one that I own. The next one up here was an interesting variant of the Microtech UTX 70. Let's scroll down and see if we can find the one that I located that I thought was, wow, super cool. And insert filler dialogue while we scroll. Let's try adding a word here that will probably make that a little bit easier to find. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, what a clunky, yeah, there it is. Some people like to watch me struggle. UTX 70 in carbon fiber in Damascus. This is very expensive for a super tiny OTF, but I know for a fact that lots of people seek out these tiny little OTFs, probably for legality reasons. You can see the blade length is 2.41 inches, which means people who like to collect high-end OTFs with a little bit of a unique element to it, but are restricted because of their area, might enjoy something like this. So it is expensive, but holy moly, is it unique and something that you're not going to find readily available all over the place. The XM24 sheep's foot is next, but not just any sheep's foot. I did not know that there was a variant of this that you guys, yeah, this one right here. It is very rare for Hinderer to do an XM24 with a an anodized lock side. They have stonewashed blue and I think stonewashed bronze. They also have battle blue, and this one in particular, very beautiful. OD green, which is not normally my color, but when mixed with the battle bronze for whatever reason, I think is pretty cool. These bronze anodized and blue anodized lockside versions of the XM18s, 3 and 3.5 inch are rare. They're even more rare in the 24 setup. So yeah, if you've been looking for an XM24, you like the idea of a big honking thing with the sheep's foot blade, and you want to get something unique, that battle bronze lockside is not something that you're going to see all over the place. Let's see here. Apocalyptic, is that how you spell that? Yeah. So I tried to find you guys a manual SOCOM, but I couldn't. But I did find an auto that I think will definitely appeal. This isn't something that's necessarily unique to DLT trading, but it is a variant that's really good looking. For somebody looking for the Microtech SOCOM Elite, you like the idea of the auto, which, let me tell you, that firing switch, that knurled firing switch that's shaped like that is really friendly with the finger. I just like that word choice. This one appears to be in 204p, has the apocalyptic finish, and is a Tanto, which honestly suits the SOCOM Elite a little better. If you want the pinnacle of tactical knives in an automatic and you can legally own this, this is a cool one. 290 bucks. They've got a ton of auto SOCOM Elites right now. And I know a lot of people are holding out for the manual ones, but the autos are great. I love side opening autos. The SOCOM Elite translates really well as an auto. And this is probably the most attractive one to me on their website. So I wanted to go ahead and highlight that. Here's another weird one I did not expect to be a highlight. So I found that this knife is sold out in a lot of places. And it's still available here. The ZT-0456 Sinkovich. I did not expect to like this knife. But I did. Somebody sent it in a long time ago and I handled it. It's sold out on some other major retailer sites, and I happened across it and I thought those were gone. They're not. They're still in production. They're just not super. I'm sure they're available at some other places, but they're not super readily available at the really common retailers or many of them. So I figured I'd highlight this in case you guys forgot about it, or perhaps you were seeking one and didn't know it was here. It is. So there you go. I'm sure a lot of people are going, I knew that I thought it was available and I didn't know it was unavailable. But there you go. Let's see here. Next one up. Where is it? Right there. The large Incosi Tanto with black micarta inlays. My large Incosi had black micarta inlays and I loved it. Mine was a drop point. The Tanto is pretty enticing. This is my second favorite knife from Chris Reeve Knives. I love this thing. It's more robust than the Sebenza 21 and 31. It's got, it just feels a little bit better in the hand. The ergonomic lines are a little better. In this case, it's a Tanto and it's right-handed. It is a little bit more expensive because of the inlays, but this is an awesome one. And that tip is going to be nowhere near as delicate as the drop point blade. So if you're really going to take this thing out and beat on it like it was meant to be beat on, yes, I know, how crazy, right? That couldn't possibly be meant to be used. It was so beautiful. On the contrary, it's very much meant to be used. You can absolutely put this thing to the test. The fact that the tip is, robust like this means that you can put it through all the, you can put it through pretty much anything, that would be commonly used for a knife, and you're not going to have to worry about the not necessarily delicate tip strength of the drop point, but you don't have to be quite so reserved in your usage. Next up here, let me see. Boy, this is really testing my typing abilities and my spelling abilities. Yeah, right off the bat. An Olympic Cutlery whippersnapper that has the stonewashed rock handle and blade, but it's got orange Cerakote accents. This is not uncommon for Olympic Cutlery to do what I assume is colored Cerakote on the hardware. In fact, they have a ton of these right now. If you've been trying to get your hands on a whippersnapper that's like really, really interesting and unique, DLT Trading just got a ton of these things in. So if this one isn't your cup of tea, I urge you to go ahead and I might link like just the search in general for these items so you can go through and see what else they have. But this one really stood out to me, and even like the backspacer is, I don't know, I like this. Some of you guys might not like it. I thought that it was like super cool, and there's not a lot of other companies out there doing Cerakote hardware from the factory. They really take it a step further when it comes to getting something factory unique. Olympic Cutlery does a great job of this, and this is one of their best knives ever. It also has the better blade shape, in my opinion. I love that blade shape, absolutely. What is next? That's right. So I tried to find you guys a titanium scale that was interesting for the XM18, but they're all but gone. There's 2 items here. I'm actually cheating a little bit. I said 10. There's more than 10. It's just, it sounds good in the description, or in the thumbnail. There is a full smooth brass scale for an XM18 3.5 inch. I know it's not titanium, it's gonna patina, but a lot of people really like how brass looks. It is definitely milled out. I don't know that they have a picture of the other side. It is milled out, but it will undoubtedly be heavier than even my full titanium XM18 with the unmilled pockets. Brass is heavy. A lot of people like brass. Once this one, it wouldn't surprise me if they have exactly one of these. Once it's gone, don't expect to see it for a while. The other thing I just noticed they have, which wasn't actually a part of the list, is a brass liner. That's definitely not something that is common. If you like the idea of adding the accent of a brass liner on your XM18, well, here you go. There's one you can have for 50 bucks. It's pretty expensive, but it's cool. The other thing that was available for Hinderer that I thought was neat was a full set. They do have the pocket clip and the filler tab, which you can add into this if it's something that you're interested in. They have a full set of green hardware. So you'll have to buy this hardware separately. If you're trying to like green out an XM18, these are not always available. The green sets are definitely not like, here you go, they're all over the place. So they have the full green set of hardware, handle hardware, and then separately they have the green pocket clip and filler tab. That's a lot of money just to change the hardware to green, but I know you hinder nuts out there are like me and you do this kind of stuff to your knives, right? So I'm fully aware that the vast majority of you are going, I'm not interested in that, but there's definitely somebody out there looking for a full set of green hardware for their Hinderer knife. So I just wanted to point that out. And the last one on the list, I did not know that these were still, that there was even one available. There is a single Ziba S5 Recurve in M390, and what looks like maybe laminate steel, it's not. It's actually etching on the blade. In any case, this is super cool. Contoured titanium scales. This is a good knife. These are cool and robust, and this is also the larger one. Bigger than mine. 8 inches overall, 3.5 inch blade. If you're looking for something, I think they list these as full custom. I'm not going to try and define this. All I can say is I had an S5 Mini and I liked it and I wanted it to be a little bit bigger. I think this one would have been right up my alley. If you like a recurve, you like the lines of the Ziba, this is a really, really cool one. Guys, that's going to be pretty much it. I enjoy doing these little treasure hunting episodes. Even if they're not something that everybody likes. This is just something that's fun for me. And, you know, if somebody decides they want to pick something up, it benefits my channel. So I can be win-win. And for the rest of you, I hope it was at least mildly entertaining. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of other videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.